Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Coach D. Welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. Man, I'm enjoying this direction that we're going in. And I'll be honest with you, because it's making me have to dig a little bit deeper. Well, not a little bit, a whole lot deeper, to be honest with you. I'm doing a lot of self-reflection. I'm realizing some things about myself. But this week, I want to talk to you about none other than being honest with yourself. Yep. I just want to pause for a moment. Being honest with yourself. Like that's the key. That's what I'm starting to understand. Like my man Michael Jordan, he said that every time he had went out to play the game of basketball, he was never competing against the person that was lined up against him. He said the person that he was competing against was himself. And what that means is every time I look at me, I have to be straight up and say, you know what improvements need to be worked on, or what improvements need to be made. And so tonight I want to talk about being honest with yourself. If I can, I can, because this is what the whole talk is about. Real Talk Tuesday. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with you. This past few days, man, it's been tough, y'all. When I say tough, it's like I'm questioning, like, why am I doing what I'm doing? I'm questioning, who am I in the process? I'm questioning, am I built for it? Like I'm just keeping it a buck. Like for me, I realized that if you don't get to the place where you're being honest with yourself, you'll never reach the level of fulfillment that you desire. You notice how I said fulfillment and not success. You'll never reach that level of fulfillment. And so tonight, for Real Talk Tuesday, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of what I've been going through, what I've been dealing with, and hopefully, Young King, hopefully it's a help to you. For all those who are tuning in for the first time, man, Real Talk Tuesday, this is where we're speaking to our young kings. I'm talking to those young men who happen to be athletes, but I'm speaking to the young man who's saying, you know what, I don't even know, Coach D. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Hey, I got news for you. You're not the only one trying to figure it out. I don't care how many grades you see up in here. Like, I'm still trying to figure some things out. And so, but I want to give you some stuff that's going to be authentic, that's going to be real, that's going to be unfiltered, and hopefully they'll be able to help you. So we're just going to tell you like the TI is. But again, welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. For those who know a young king, like, man, I really think the young king I know, he needs this. Maybe he's in high school, maybe he's in college, maybe he's not in either one of them, but he's that age. Like share this with him, get him on like right now, because we about to go deep. And before I go deep, I want to do this because I'll be remiss not to give a shout out to my sponsor of the week. The sponsor of the week is Border Magic. Border Magic, man, if y'all only knew the man that's running this particular company, Butch is an amazing stand-up guy. But the beautiful thing about Butch is that Butch lived that life of being an at-risk youth. You look at him today and you see a successful business owner, but what you don't know is that he was bouncing from house to house, family to family. And Butch ended up turning out to be a wonderful human being, man. Not just a businessman, but a community supporter. He's also a family man. And so Butch at Border Magic, I want to tell you guys, thank y'all, man, for doing what y'all do, for sponsoring this podcast for sure. If you guys are looking for any type of signs, if you're looking for headstones, like whatever it may be, look up Border Magic here in Waco, and I promise you won't be disappointed. But yes, let's jump right into it, man. A quote that I want to share with you. There's a quote I had came across, and I love what Nelson Mandela said, and this is the way he said it. He said, as I said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. Great peacemakers are all people of integrity, of honesty, but humility. I'm going to say that first part again because I think it's super, super crucial that you hear what I'm saying. For me, I knew at an early age, man, I knew at an early age that I wanted to make an impact after reading the likes of Dr. King. I'm like, man, he did what? And I'm first grade. And I'm like, man, I want to be just like that when I grow up, where I can impact a whole lot of people. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what it looked like exactly, but I knew that I wanted to impact people. I had read about Jackie Robinson. I was like, man, Frederick Douglass. I'm like, man, like these men, like that's who I want to be like right there. So I knew I wanted to make impact since I was knee high to a grasshopper. But what Nelson Mandela said, he said, the first thing is to be honest with who? It's yourself. The first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. So why do I need to be honest with myself? Simply put, you can't change what you don't measure, and you can't measure what you don't acknowledge. And what I began to understand is that there's a man that you need to become that you have yet to become. And you will get there if you can just be honest with yourself of where you are right now. And so I started to do some deep reflection, y'all. And I'm looking. Y'all know the situation. In case y'all don't know, man, my wife and I, we've been together for a little while, man. For a little while. We'll be celebrating a quarter of a century, y'all. Quarter of a century in November, right? Of being married. But 19 of those years, man, she's been dealing with this disorder. And I've been asking God for the last several years. I'm like, Lord, how much longer? Like, I don't want to see my wife like this anymore. I know it's an incurable disorder according to the doctors. I get it. The doctors say it's incurable. Like don't expect for it to change. But truth of the matter, that's not what my creator told me. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard differently. And so because I heard differently, I'm like, man, no, like I'm expecting for it to change. 19 years and still counting, and it has not changed. I'm like, how much longer, God? And catch what he said, y'all. He said, however long it takes. Now, you know, like I know, you wait long enough for something, eventually your patience starts to wear down. And now you're like, okay, you getting a little antsy, like, come on, but you said, man, we running out of time. You see all this gray in we running out of time. My kids, they getting older. We down to 2 kids left in high school. 3 of them already out of high school. I'm like, man, it won't be long before these 2 are gone. How much longer, Lord? Like I want to see my wife healed while my kids are still at home, where they can see their mama on that side of her healing, right? I'm like, how much longer? He said, however long it takes. And at first I'm scratching my head like, huh? What? I'm thinking about business. I'm like, man, business ain't going the way I want it to go, y'all. Hear what I'm saying? I'm like, how much longer? He said, however long it takes. Many of us, we can't stomach that answer. However long it takes. No, give me like a definitive answer, God. Like, how long do I have to continue to endure the hardship that I'm enduring? How long do I have to continue to take this test? I thought I passed it already. He said, as long as it takes. And at first, like I said, I scratched my head, but then I began to think. I said, all right, I realized. So what he's saying is, I'm not waiting on him to change my situation. He's waiting on me to become the person that I need to become in order to step into the next season that he has for me. So I'm the one that's holding it up, is what I realized. You understand what I'm saying? Like I realized I'm the one that's holding up the desired results that I have. I'm the one that's holding up the fulfillment that I'm looking for. And so not until I had began to get honest with myself was I able to now start to make the necessary changes to become the man that I'm supposed to be, to become the leader that I need to be in order to have the type of fulfillment that I want. So listen to me, young king. I don't care what your aspirations are. I don't care. I don't care how big they may be or how small you may think they are. There's a certain kind of person that you have to become in order to accomplish the very thing you say you want. Again, I keep thinking, I want to see my wife healed. I want to be able to go back to the doctor and give them a report that they weren't expecting. I want people that I've been telling this to see that, nah, man, like God really did come through for them. I want it. But God understands there's something in me that needs to change. And so what I started to do, y'all, I started to dig deep and I started to reflect. I'm like, all right, Lord, what are some things that need to change? One thing I realized was where I was finding my identity. Man, oh man, I'm gonna slow down for a minute because I really want you to catch this one. One area I realized that I need to switch up is where I find my identity. Where am I placing my identity? Man, I'm trying to fight back these tears, y'all. I'm not even lying. Like as I began to reflect on that, I'm like, my identity has been wrapped up in being the man that's taking care of his wife, the man that's pushing a wheelchair, the man that's carrying his wife to and fro, the man that's waking up in the middle of the night multiple times to help his wife. My identity was wrapped in that. My identity was wrapped in, man, let me be that father that doesn't miss anything. Like I gotta be there. And I don't know why that was so important for me to feel that way. The only thing I can do when I trace it all the way back, like to where I think it originated, it goes back to the childhood where I felt the neglect from my own parents, right? When I felt the disconnect from my parents, right? When I felt like, man, my parents should have, give me a better quality of life. My parents should have rescued me from some of the hardships and the traumas that I experienced, but they didn't. And I said to me long ago that I wanted to be the solution to that type of problem. Like if I have kids or when I have kids, I want to give them everything that I felt like I didn't have. And so because I wanted to be the one that donned the Superman cape, that put on this Superman cape, man, and I went to go save the world. I wanted to go save the world. Remember what I told you when I looked at Dr. King and I looked at Frederick Douglass and I looked at Jackie Robinson, I read those stories as a first grader. I knew I wanted to make an impact. I knew I wanted to make a difference. But I found out that in me trying to make that difference, what I was really doing was putting my identity in that thing. And the question I got to begin to ask myself, what if I never make that difference? Am I considered a failure? If I wrap my identity in that, then yes. According to my identity, I didn't do what I identify myself as being, therefore I am a failure. But what the Lord was trying to show me is it don't even matter. Listen, it doesn't matter if what you want to come true doesn't come true or not. Your identity is you are a son of mine. You belong to me. That's where your identity needs to be. And so, young king, I'm telling you, listen, I know you want, there's certain things that you want, man. I know it may be, like I say, going to the league. I get it. It may be getting D1 offers. I get it. It may be, man, taking care of your family. I get it, man. And I applaud you for having such a desire. But what I'm challenging you to do is to not make the same mistake that I've made and that many other men have made. And that's us putting our identity in the work that we do. That's not who you are. That's what you do. Who you are is completely different, man. And so I want you to take some time now. Listen to me. Start to be honest with yourself And the first question I want you to answer, where do I place my identity? Something else I realized is in me trying to save the world, right? My world, the people in my world. I realized that, man, I struggle with trying to please people, right? I want people to see me in a positive light. And so I'm going to be quick to say yes to people. And while I'm saying yes to all these different people, inadvertently, I'm saying no to who? To me. So God is like showing me these things, man. He's saying you're gonna keep taking this test as long as it takes for you to realize that you got to be somebody different. You can't keep being that people pleaser. You can't keep trying to save the world, D. That's my job. So when I started to realize those things, man, it's like weight started to be lifted up off my shoulders. I started to realize that, man, I can breathe a little bit better. The load is lighter. It's lighter. So yeah, man, I wanted to. I don't even know why I just jumped right into that like that, but nonetheless, I want to give that to you, man, because I truly believe that I'm not the only one that's dealing with that. I truly believe, man, that I'm not the only one that needs to take a step back and say, all right, let me be honest about who I am. Let me be honest about my circumstance. Like even with my circumstance, I'm like, man, this is not what I wanted. I had to be honest. Well, whose fault is it? I can't be doing that, number. It's your fault. I can't be doing that. It's a dude that's looking right back at me in the mirror. It's his fault. Like, hear what I'm saying, man? Be honest with yourself. And if you can just be honest with yourself, I promise you the situation's going to change, man. And I'm not saying it's going to change just like that. It ain't. In most cases, it's not. But it can change quick enough. But it won't change unless you begin to, I heard it put this way. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. And so instead of me looking at my situation as the old version of myself, I now have become somebody new, somebody better, improved, more mature, to the point now when I look at things, I'm looking at it from a different perspective. And when I look at it from a different perspective, now the things I'm looking at begin to change. So, young king, I'm going to keep saying it, man. Just be honest. Where are you at? Do you like where you are in life? Where are you at? Do you like your work ethic? Where are you at? Do you like the character that you have developed? Do you like your circumstances? Do you like who you have become? Do you like your habits, right? Where are you at? Like, for real, are you satisfied? Because you ain't satisfied, then we got work to do. We got work to do. And so here's a quote, man. I actually put this up on my Instagram page. It says, being honest with yourself is the highest form of self-respect. I'm going to say that one more time. Being honest with yourself is the highest form of self-respect. Have you ever like had such disrespect for someone that you couldn't even look at them in the eyes? You're like, man, like I ain't lost all respect for you, dog. I have. And I'm that type of person, man. Listen, like you can tell when I don't like something or when I don't really care for someone, you can tell me. Like I'm the type of person, like it's obvious. I may not say anything, but you're gonna tell in my mannerisms, you're gonna tell in the way that I respond to them, you're gonna tell, in my body language, like you're just gonna tell. I don't even have to say anything, man. But it's hard for me to hide emotions in as far as that's concerned. And so what if that person though that you have disrespect for is you? Are you that type of person say, you know what? That's all right, man. I may not like the person that this person is, but the people around me do, so I'm gonna keep putting on the front like I'm good. When you know on the inside that's eating you up. Or are you that type of person say, you know what, bro, we can't keep fronting like this. We gotta begin to change who I'm looking at in the mirror. But I'll wait till later. And you procrastinate, you drag your feet. Or C, are you that type of person like, you know what, man, I had enough. Bump all this fronting. I ain't trying to pretend like I'm somebody that I'm not. I want to change that for real, for real. And hopefully you are C, man. Hopefully you are. Because at the end of the day, this is what I found out. As much as I love my wife, as much as I love my kids, as much as I love the young kings and the young queens I get to work with, the person I'm going to be with 100% of my life is not my wife, it's not my kids, it's not my mama, it's not dad, it's not any of them. The one person I'm going to be with 100% of my life is me. And if I can't respect me, if I can't live with the person I'm being, Houston, we got problems. And that's what I'm saying, young king, listen to me. Don't be trying to stop pretending that you are all right when you know you're not all right. Stop pretending like there ain't nothing to change. Like, no, it's all good. I'm cool. How you doing, man? I'm straight. I'm all right. But you know deep down inside, man, listen, I got stuff I don't like about me, bro. I don't like when I show up late. I don't like when I be lying just a little bit. I don't like when I don't keep my word. I don't like when I say I'm going to do something, but now I don't do it. I don't like when I break not just promises, but to other people, promises to myself. I don't like that. I don't like when I be cheating. I don't like when I be like, whatever that is for you, whatever it is, I want you to be honest. And so right now, what I'm asking you to do, take out a sheet of paper, man, and begin to write down those things that you like about you, those things that you dislike about you. Just write them down. Just write them down. I'm talking about just write until you can't write no more. And even if you got to like do this over the course of a week, man, do it over the course of a week. Have that list and just write that stuff out. What I like about me, what I don't like about me, what habits I like about that I have, what habits I dislike, what character that I've done formed about myself that I like, but what character that I've developed that I really can't stand. What circumstances in my life do I really like? What circumstance do I hate? Like, I want you to be honest about that, man. And what you're gonna find is the more you begin to write that out, now you're starting to, whether you know it or not, now you're starting to formulate this game plan. Because remember what I told you, you can't change what you won't measure. And you can't measure what you don't acknowledge. And many of us, we say we won't change, but we won't take the time out to say what we really want to change. And once we identify what we want to change, maybe it is a habit, maybe it is a circumstance, maybe it is a flaw in your character, like whatever that is. Once we realize what we do want to change, now the next question is, why do I want to change that? For me, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I want to save the world, quote unquote. I just want to save everybody, because I remember a time when I wanted to be saved, or I needed to be saved, and I felt like nobody came to my rescue. I just want to save everybody. The second thing I realized about me is that because I had such a desire, I now find myself being a people pleaser. And I want to please everybody, not just save them, but I want everybody to like me too. Houston, we got problems. And so for me, I realized, all right, let me go ahead and change. I'm going to work on changing those two things right there. One, I can't save everybody. So God, you're going to have to direct me the way you want me to go, who you want me to help, how you want me to help them. I'll see a homeless person, man, I take out the last little bit of money I got, knowing I still got to go and pay this bill. I'm just keeping it real. but God didn't tell me to do it. It's just that's how I move. Like I want to be able to help. And so I realized though that even in that I have to change that if I'm going to the next level. Why? Because there's certain people that will see that you're successful, that may see that I'm successful, and now they begin to leech. And if I don't begin to change that, let me go save everybody, I'm gonna find myself being taken for granted and taken advantage of. Right? Same thing on the people pleasing side. I'm gonna see people gonna be able to manipulate me in a way where now I'm really gonna feel empty. I'm really gonna feel less than because they done got me for everything, every ounce of energy that I have. They done got me for. And so young king, I want you to think about this. What do you like? What do you dislike? Be honest. The second thing I want you to think about is this. When it comes down to making that change, once you identify, okay, I really want to change this bad habit. I really want to change this character flaw. I really want to change the circumstance, whatever it is. Ask yourself why. And for me, my reason why I want to change those two things is because I want to be able to respect me. I want to be able to say, man, I'm so proud of you. I want to be able to say, you know what, D, you didn't give from an empty cup, you gave from an overflow, so now you're able to be fulfilled in life. I want to be fulfilled. You understand? I don't mind dying empty. That's different. Like everything that's supposed to come out of me, it comes out. That's dying empty. But to die and I'm depleted, to die prematurely because I done got ran into the ground to where I wasn't just burnt out, but I passed away from. Like, listen, that's not dying empty. That's dying foolishly. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to do that, man. And so I value me enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to do that to me. I'm not going to do it to my family. I'm not going to do it to the people I'm called to help. Because many of those people that's going to end up draining me if I let them, they're not even a part of the assignment. They not. Yet I let them take every ounce of energy. Nah. So tonight, again, we're talking about being honest, and I'm so glad, man, that I had this opportunity. I'm not saying I felt good about the situation, but I'm grateful for the outcome of the situation. You know what I'm saying? That it's really helped me to self-reflect, deeply self-reflect, and to make the necessary changes. So, yeah. So with that being said, man, let me jump over here. I wanna give you. I've already jumped into it a little bit, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. This right here is the King's Toolbox. So of course, there's a part in the Real Talk Tuesday show where I give you strategies, I give you some tools that I believe is really going to be helpful for you. And so I want you to take notes of what I'm about to share. All right. So the first thing, we already talked about a little bit, but is this right here. If we're going to learn to be honest with ourselves and we're going to begin to change things, we got to call it what it is. I told you for a long time, man, and even now I still find myself wrestling with it, where I find my identity in being the one that takes care of his husband. In other words, when people see me, the one that takes care of his wife, not husband. I'm the husband that takes care of the wife. All right, don't get that twisted. But like I'm that husband. I identify myself with being that husband that takes care of his wife, and so you see me pushing my wife around in the wheelchair and all this. I know I'm giving you more on the spiritual side than I normally do, but it's just because I just feel led to, man. I heard one day, I heard the Spirit of God say to me, he said, come from behind the wheelchair. Man, he said, come from behind the wheelchair. And I could see my wife in this wheelchair, and he's like, come from behind it. Like, you keep hiding behind this thing, like, stop. And I realized that even when I was like seeing myself as being this one taking care of my wife in the wheelchair, unconsciously, I was seeing myself as also being disabled. And so I was hindering myself. I'm like, man, why haven't things actually progressed or gotten to a place that I desire? And I realized it's because I saw myself as being disabled. I saw myself as being helpless, as being one that, man, I'm more or less a victim. Like, that's what I kept seeing. And so instead of me saying, all right, no, man, like, you got this, bro, let's go ahead, I was like, man, I don't know if I got it. Now, I may not ever tell anybody that. It may not come out of my mouth, but in my mind, I'm thinking that. In your head, young king, there's some thoughts that you're thinking that are not helping, man. They got you stuck. And they got you not only stuck, but you're in this victim mindset, this victim mode where you're like, man, I don't know if I can change it. I can't help it. I can't help getting angry like I do. I can't help it. I can't help when I blow up. I can't help when I take my helmet off mid-game and I throw it to the ground. Or I take my helmet and I'm banging my head on my helmet on the sideline during the game, giving myself a concussion. I can't help it when I cuss my mama out or my daddy out. I can't help it, but that's a lie. Listen to me, young king. That is a lie. But the thing is, you keep telling yourself those lies, you're going to start to believe it. And as you continue to believe it, you're going to start to become it. As you begin to become it, now that's going to be who you're marked as. And you're going to find yourself going down that path of whatever that is. And I'm telling you, man, listen to me. Man, listen to me. I keep going back to my brother Quincy, man, my little soldier. Quincy gone, y'all. Y'all know that. Most of y'all know that. Quincy's gone. Quincy took 2 shots to the chest, 2 shots to the back. They left him in the alley to die up in Arizona, man. And it broke me, y'all. Like, it broke me when I heard that Big Brother couldn't come in and right, go in there and rescue my little brother. Like, I couldn't do it. As much as I wanted to, I couldn't. But it broke me when I found out that my brother, that he had passed away like that. Like, he lived his last moments on this earth helpless. I can only imagine him reaching out saying, help, help, with this faint voice, right? As he was passing away, man, I can only imagine. But I got to thinking, I said, man, before my brother took 2 shots to the chest and 2 shots to the back, there's a point in time where I don't believe my brother was being honest with himself. That, man, I really do need help. Like, he wanted to be there for his family. He wanted to be there. And he thought physically being there was okay, even though mentally and emotionally and spiritually, like, he wasn't in the place that he needed to be. He thought, as long as I'm there physically, that's good, right? But it was more harmful for him to show up that way to his family than for him to step back. Hey, can you help me real quick? Because I really want to get better so I can get back to my family. And then come back being whole. Not just physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like being better, being well. My brother wasn't being honest, man. And I'm saying, young king, I don't want you to be that same way. I'm not saying you're going to end up having 2 shots to the chest and 2 shots to the back. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is some unthinkable things can happen to you, man. Some unfortunate things can happen. Some really bad things can happen if you don't choose to be honest with yourself. And I'm saying, be honest. It's okay. I don't care if it is a little embarrassing. Let it be embarrassing now. It's better for it to be embarrassing now than you actually get better and you improve. And then later you're like, man, look, before and after, man, like you can see I had a glow up. And that's where you want to be. Rather than the other way around, like, man, I was trying to pretend like I was good, like I was already in my glow up phase. But really, secretly, I was hurting. Secretly, I needed some things to change. Yet I didn't acknowledge it. Because I didn't acknowledge it, I couldn't measure it. And because I didn't, and since I didn't measure, I wasn't able to change it. And I'm saying tonight, No more, big dog. No more. Let's get to that place, man. We're being honest so we can make the changes we need to make to become the person we need to become so we can have the impact on this world that we're meant to have. All right. So call it what it is, though. That's the first thing. Call it what it is. It's all right. Don't sugarcoat it, man. Just keep it real. The second thing, the second strategy I want you to implement. I'm talking about starting tonight. The second strategy I want you to implement in order to improve who you are, to become better, to be more honest with yourself. I want you to seek feedback from people who love you. But not just anybody that loves you. Because, you know, a lot of people say they love you. A lot of people say they love Jesus Christ. But the minute they're like, man, hold on. You say I love Jesus Christ one more time, I'm taking your life. They're like, well, on second thought, and they moonwalking. As many people said, man, I love my wife. But if I had to take a bullet for her, I don't know. I'm saying, man, just because people say they love you, don't mean they love you enough, like to give you what you need. And it may be a human shield, right? Honestly. But no, in this case, man, you want to seek feedback from those people that love you enough to tell you the truth. Again, they're not going to sugarcoat it. I care about you so much, young king. I'm going to tell you stuff that may hurt your feelings. It may have you pissed off at me for a long time. But I'm going to tell you that. Why? Because I love you. Man, I used to hate it. Boy, I used to hate it. My daddy, man, he believed in whooping. So do I, for the record. But my daddy, man, he believed in whooping. And I'll be honest with you. I thought it was child abuse. You know what I mean? I thought it was child abuse. But I remember, like, right before, it never failed, like right before my daddy would get ready to whoop me, he'll say things like, you know, this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. I'm like, what? You lying. Like, you about to light my tail on fire. How you hurting more than I'm hurting? Like, I didn't understand it, right? As a parent now, I understand. But back then, I didn't understand. I'm like, what? You lying. Stop capping, right? But, and he would say something else. He said, I'm only doing this because I love you. So you borderline child abusing me because you love me? What love got to do with it, right? Like Tina Turner, right? But no, man, for real, like my dad, he would say things like that. I'm only doing this because I love you. And I didn't understand that, man. But my daddy, he was willing to correct me, right? Even though his form of correction was what was pops, if you will, or whoopings, right? Like I had both. He still did it because he wanted me to change that behavior. And I'm saying, like, there's some people in your life right now, young king, they okay if you get mad at them and you are pissed off at them because they told you the truth. They rather you be pissed off temporarily and them tell you the truth because they want to see you do well than for everything to seem to be all, you know, just blissful, perfect, no issues, no drama between y'all, but they letting you just go down this wrong path, which is headed for destruction. Like they okay with you being pissed off for a little bit, because at least they loved you enough to tell you what you needed to hear, not what you wanted to hear. So those are the type of people that you want to get feedback from. Man, I know if I go to Big Mama, man, I know she gonna tell me like it is, man. She don't hold nothing back, and she gonna cook me something to eat. So I'm hungry. Let me go. Nah, but they ain't just doing it for the food. You're doing it because you really want to get better, right? So no, for real, man, I want you to find those people and do me a favor. Just pick two. I don't need you to come up with 10, 30, 50 people. I don't need you doing that right now. If you got them, like on the top of your head, go for it. Write them down. But pick at least two people that love you enough to tell you the truth. All right, and then get feedback from them. What feedback am I looking for? I'm saying, hey, man, listen, I'm trying to get better as a person. I'm trying to be more honest with myself, but there's some things I might not be able to see that you do see. Like, how do I show up when I get angry? How do I show up when I'm hurt? How do I show up, when I feel as if things are hopeless? Like, how do I show up? How do I show up and get that feedback, man? What are some things you think I can work on? I know as men, we think we got it. Especially as a young man, we smelling ourselves like, man, I know what I got to do. No, seek the feedback, bro. Seek the feedback. It's going to benefit you. All right, last one. I got the last one right here. And I've already been on this. I've been talking to you about this, but this part right here is track your reality daily. And so what do I mean by this? I'm saying, like, take a notebook, man. A fresh spiral notebook is fine. A little journal notebook, whatever. But take something where you can record yourself, record the things that are happening each day. And so in the morning, or maybe at night is better because now you're reflecting on the day, right? But what you want to do, you want to begin to see, okay, maybe even grade yourself. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put together something for you, man. That way you can track it easier. But maybe you start to grade yourself and you say, you know what, how did I do today? If I give myself A, B, C, D, or F, what would I give myself? What do I give myself as a man? What would I give myself as a leader? What would I give myself as so on and so forth? Athlete, whatever it is, whatever you want to grade yourself on, right? But I want you to pick 3 things: as a man, as a leader, and then whatever that third thing is. Like I say, it doesn't matter to me. Maybe it is what you do, your occupation. How do you measure up? But I want you to begin to give yourself feedback every single day, because at the end of the week, you'll be able to look and say, dang, I got straight A's. That's what's up, dog. Or you're like, dang, bro, I flunked out of being a man. Like I ain't hit the mark at all. But now you know what you can work on, because why? You're starting to measure it now. You know what I'm saying? You're measuring it. When you track this every single day, you're measuring. And now what I told you, you can't change what you don't measure, and you can't measure what you don't acknowledge. So as you being honest with yourself, you're giving yourself, you're taking time to measure what you see. And as you measure it, now you see, okay, what I need to change. As a leader, man, I'm pretty good at making decisions. Like, I'm really decisive. But man, I'm not that good at actually serving the people that's following me. Let me get better at serving the people. I don't really take time to listen to them like that. Let me listen to them. You feel what I'm saying? I bet. So with all that being said, man, I really want you to get that. I want you to understand where we're coming from as far as being honest with yourself, man. But like I said, this week, man, it's been rough. It's been one of them weeks where I'm like, man, Lord, I don't know. When I say this week, I'm not talking about, at the beginning of the week. I'm saying over the last 7 days. Like it's been hard, man, to say the least. It's been hard. I got to go have some real conversations, with my wife and my kids, because there's some things I think they deserve to know. You know what I mean? Like they need to hear. But all I know is I'm gonna be better because of it. And not only will I be better, but the people that I get to serve, they're gonna be better too, because I'm better. All right. So I'll leave you with this right here. No mask, no cover. My truth, I confess. I'm gonna bring it back. All right. I'm gonna bring it back. This right here, and let me take this off because I really want you to catch this. This right here is our affirmation. All right. Here it is. You ready? All right. So no mask, no cover. My truth, I confess. Say that. No mask, no cover. My truth, I confess. Honesty builds strength and leads to success. Honesty builds strength and leads to success. I face my reflection with courage, not fear. I face my reflection, talking about you in the mirror, with courage, not fear. The man in the mirror is bold and sincere. Play that back, man. Play that back for yourself. I want you to really get that in your heart, man. Get that in your heart. All right. Because what I understand is that words will change thoughts. Words will shape thoughts. Words become thoughts. Your thoughts will influence your actions. Your actions repeated over time will become habits. And those habits that you continue to hold on to will shape who you become, your character. And the character that you have will ultimately determine the destiny that you experience. And so this affirmation right here is to help you to begin to change those thoughts so that you can become the man, the leader, and whatever else you identify yourself as that you desire to be. You feel what I'm saying? I just want to keep it real with you, man. I'm only doing this in the words of my daddy because I love you. And that's real talk, man. I really do love you, young king. I really do, man. And the world needs the best version of you. All right, so that's all I got, man, for tonight. What I will say, again, if you found any type of value, man, keep showing up. Like, keep showing up. That's first and foremost. Every Tuesday, 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, man, I'm going live on YouTube, trying out Facebook and Instagram right now. So there may be some people chiming in from there, which is cool. Or maybe looking in from there, which is cool. But keep tuning in, man, every Tuesday. And then the second thing is make sure you like this video. Make sure you also subscribe, man, to the channel, man. Like, that really means a lot to me for you to subscribe and then get other people to subscribe, because we're going to be putting out more and more content just for our young kings. I want to see y'all better, man. And even for my kings out there, I'm going to be putting out content for you guys as well. But I want to see us get better. I truly believe that once we're better, our families are better, communities are better. Once communities are better, listen, the world is better. But we, as the kings and young kings, got to be in our rightful place. And so, with all that being said, I told you, listen to me, you are a winner, but winning is a choice. So whatever you do not quit. This is Coach D. I'm out.